Besides the dreaded and creepy as crawl space, if there is another drawback to living in the country, it has to be the access to essential utilities and how it compares to city life. When you live in a city, you're connected to the grid. One of the perks of living in a dense urban environment is that you have an easy access to electric power, water lines, natural gas, and sewer system. Country living is not that convenient. On one side, if your cabin is located in an extremely remote spot, you may not have access to electricity at all and would need to rely on solar power or gasoline-powered generators, or simply get used to living off the grid and use wood for heating and cooking, kerosene for your lanterns, and enjoy dropping a deuce during a breezy winter in your cozy outdoor privy. The most conveniently set up cottage will allow access to a power grid and its own water well, or the ability to pump water directly from the lake. No matter what, you're going to have a septic tank to deal with waste. In best case scenario, you might even have a leach field to remove contaminants and impurities from liquids leaving the septic. This is a rather rare setup in the cottage country. Our cottage is somewhere in the middle. Easy access to electric power with 200 amp panels in the cottage and the garage, but no chance for a water well in this area. Digging through these rocks would be impossibly expensive. This well is ornamental.
Wow, that's cool. What do you do with it?
You put your weed in there.
You can harvest your own rainwater, but for most part we get ours delivered. It is stored in our 1,700-gallon water cistern. Since rocks don't discriminate against just drilling downwards, sideways pipes leading wastewater to the septic tank had to be channeled around them and into. Entrance to our septic tank looks deceivingly welcoming. Just as the water cistern has to be filled up, the septic has to be emptied, or else. You certainly don't want the septic to overfill, same way as you don't want to run out of water. Not that we ever experience that. I have an alarm telling me when the water gets low. As for pricing, I find the cost to refill the cistern and to empty the septic to be fairly reasonable. More expensive and less convenient than living in the city, but I guess it's the price you pay when you want peace and quiet and you don't want to smell your neighbor's flatulence. As far as heating goes, this is the big one. The current electricity rate in the province of Manitoba sits at just under 9 cents per kilowatt hour. That price is the same regardless of time of the day, and it's one of the cheapest in North America. I am, however, used to heating my city property with natural gas and paying an average of $35 a month to heat our house, which is remarkable considering how cold and long our Canadian winters are. Low heating costs can be attributed to the fact that we have an extremely efficient furnace, fully insulated attic, and energy-efficient windows. Not so much at the cottage. Massive windows, vaulted ceilings which don't allow for a lot of insulation, and an old electric furnace. This all adds up to huge heating bills. This past winter season, we decided to leave heat on while away in the city. Even when turned down to 12 degrees Celsius, we used 2,500 to 2,900 kilowatt hours per month. Since all our water lines travel through that crawl space, we had to pump down air in there. At least we have a choice of forced air furnace, baseboards, and of course the wood stove, which is our go-to when we are here. Even if you factor in that getting plumbing and electrical services out here is also more expensive, with fewer professionals available, I would still prefer to spend my time here than in the city. Cold winter or hot summer, this is where I'd rather be. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and share. Please subscribe and hit the bell and you'll never miss an upcoming video. Thanks for watching.